All right, call to order. The meeting of the Park Board in the City of Connersville, Indiana is now in session. Ann, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Or no, I'm sorry, my bad. Sharon, will you please lead us? Forgot, last minute change.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will you please do the roll call?
Sharon McQueen,
Here.
Ian Kirshner. Here. Jeff Cooley,
Here.
Vane Loshba,
Here.
Eric Gordon.
I'm here as well.
And Scott P. Favor.
All right, everybody have a chance to read over the minutes, and do we have any additions or corrections? It was kind of a tough meeting.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the minutes of the last board meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Okay, minutes passed. All right, on to new business. We have something kind of special going on here tonight with the new business. First of all, we are losing one of our original members. So we need to say thank you, and it's been a joy working with you, to Sharon McQueen. She's, her time is up, first of the year. So thank you, Sharon. We appreciate all your help. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Second part of that means we get a new board member, and we found Carrie Piper. So if you would please introduce yourself to the board.
Hello, I'm Carrie Piper, and I was born in Fayette County. I don't know that I can fill Sharon's shoes, but I will be a member of your board, so feel free to call me. What would you like to know? I'm married. I have 3 children. I currently well, I shouldn't say just, for the past year, I went back to work. I'd been a stay-at-home mom for 13 years, and I now work for Purdue University in the Extension Office as the Nutrition Education Advisor. And so I'm happy to get back involved in the community. Took a little break to raise my children, and they're not quite grown yet, but I'm back involved.
Do you have a specific interest in the park?
I love the park.
Okay.
We've spent so many hours on that playground
Good.
in the park. We have been involved in probably every sport that you guys have offered, and then some. We are a 4-H family, so we are outdoors all the time. We really have enjoyed the park in all of everything that you've had to offer, and so I think that I can bring a little bit of insight to
Good.
some of the programming and the participation and everything like that. So
Okay.
yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, very much.
Welcome, Carrie.
Next thing on the... Yeah, that's the other thing. I didn't think about that.
Oh.
Did you have anything to say?
Well,
Anything to share?
it's been interesting, and when you have your events and stuff, I would like to continue to help.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Help is always a nice thing
Then
to
you're not
have.
really retiring.
I don't know what that word is.
Okay.
I understand that completely.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sharon.
Okay, we'll move on to next thing on new business here. We need to elect the officers for the new year. Do we have any nominations?
Yes, that's my last official thing. I would like to nominate Scott as for the president for next year.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
I'll third it.
This may be easy. Okay,
No arm wrestling.
any other nominations for? Okay, do we need to vote on that then? Okay.
You have to move nominations
Yeah.
to close.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. That's right. Any other nominations for any other positions? Because we still have vice president.
Well, I can continue to nominate Jeff as vice president.
I would second that. And those are the only two positions, correct? Okay. Well, at this point, I'll close all nominations. And since we only have nominations for one person for each, all those in favor of those people continuing in the current positions, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay. Elected officers are in place.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. All right, our next thing for new business tonight, we're going to continue our discussion on raising the pool rates for 2021. We discussed it last year at quite a bit. So I think we need to keep this going. I know we've talked about what effects it has on our community and things like that. But the other thing is if you look at and you investigate our surrounding communities that do have pools, we're most of the time half of what they charge.
Can you get one to carry it in?
So I think we need to address it and have some continued discussion before it opens in the spring.
It does require me going to city council to have the rental ordinance changed. So we do have to move on it in a somewhat timely manner. This is what we looked at last year,
Yeah.
comparing surrounding areas. And we did not do anything last year because right when I was ready to go to city council, COVID happened. Here, babe, you can have mine.
Yep. Yeah, things got stifled in what we were doing, what we were trying to plan. Once COVID hit, that kind of shut everything down when it came to the pool. Fortunately for our park, we were able to open, and we were doing half capacity every day. I only think most days when it was warm, they did hit capacity and we had lines standing outside. So it was still a good thing. But yet, like I said, if you look at these rates, most of them are less than competitive. I'm not saying we raise it to the highest rate on here, but I think we need to address it. Progression is part of that. When you look to raise rates, you're also looking, we did something last year that was by putting in the liquid chemical rather than doing the pods and the powder chemical. That helped us out quite a bit in keeping the pool looked a lot better all year long.
It didn't get cloudy.
It did not.
No,
It did not.
was clear the whole time.
So we put that new system in and also regulated the pH on that. So the acid was put in on a regular basis to keep our levels a lot nicer. So I think we only had one faux pas all summer, but that was because of a clog in the line. And we didn't pass the health department's water thing, but it was corrected within 2 days. So
We were good. We were within state regulations.
the whole time, yes, but and like I said, it was actually due to the system wasn't. They had to go in and do a blowback on it, and it worked fine after that. So installing new equipment, doing the upkeep. You got umbrellas come in this
We are getting
past.
2 more umbrellas
So we're
installed.
fixing the old ones and putting in new ones. So even though raising these rates isn't not going to cover any of that, my thing is we still have to progress with it as well. So I think we need to consider going to, what we decide on that, $3?
Yeah, just
three.
raising it $1.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, wasn't it?
I thought so.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
I'd have to pull my notes out. but-
Because one of the things that we talked about was that a family before, we didn't want to make the cost too prohibitive.
Right.
And also the cost of the passes was also going to go up,
Yes.
as I recall,
Mm-hmm.
commensurately.
Right. Can you pull those up? I think we need to table this and bring it up next meeting so we can vote on the numbers.
Okay,
So that way we have the numbers in front of us of what we want to go to.
that's fine.
So, but I think it's a move we need to make.
Yeah. Just so long as it doesn't become prohibitive for people
Oh, yeah.
to use the pool. Because we ought to be, people in town were so very, very thankful that the pool opened this summer.
Right.
We were just so glad to have it, because there was nothing, and then the pool opened, and then they had something.
Right. And the other thing that, because I have a direct connection to the pool, my family works there. One of the things I learned in talking about these rates from last year, so they had numbers that had to be kept at a certain level, but then the other thing they did is they restricted those smokers from leaving with the free pass out and coming back in because they had to keep track of numbers. Those people would pay each time to go in and out.
Oh, wow.
Most of the time.
Okay? So they would, yeah, exactly. But that tells me that that's not necessarily inhibiting a lot of people.
Okay.
Okay? That price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? So I learned a few things this summer.
I think we need to revisit the whole thing.
Agreed.
Be competitive. Raising the pass price is an easy way to do that too.
Yep. So that's what. So yeah, pull up those numbers from that meeting that we discussed it all. So that way we can put it before everybody and we'll make a vote to yay or nay next meeting. Okay?
Okay.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Pool rates in January will make us feel better.
That's right. Okay, and we got a few resolutions to look at. I don't know if everybody looked them over, but resolution 2020-14, transfer of, what was that?
$5,000.
Yeah, I was looking what it was for. That's 14. There it is. To Park Superintendent, Park Secretary. I'm assuming that has to do with wages.
Vacation payout.
Okay. All right, so,
Well, and as well when Erica left.
okay.
Yeah, we didn't get that much payout.
But,
When Erica left, she was able to cash in quite a few days too.
oh, that's part of her.
That also came out of the secretary line item.
Okay, so she
it was
cashed
short.
out vacation at that time, okay. All right, yeah, she didn't take much vacation. Anybody have any issues with that resolution? Okay, all those in favor of resolution 2020-14, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay. We're good on resolution 2020-14. Now, resolution 2020-15, which is a transfer of money from park gas, oil, and lubricants to the park garage. Okay, that's just replenishing money for the pool chemicals. Okay. And anybody have any questions on that resolution?
I'm just kind of surprised that the accounts are so discreet, that there have to be for such specific things, because this just generally looks like the same kind of thing, but state audit says they have to be this discreet.
Yes.
Okay.
I've asked Rosemary that too.
Yeah, because, I run into the same
Yeah.
thing with school things all the time.
She says it's
And-
better to be
and-
specific.
The Department of Ed has made things a little bit easier with doing some things. Clearly, this one is not.
Yeah, they're still pretty specific, but that's why you have to break it down this way, that's what I understand. Okay, all those in favor of resolution 2020-15, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay, good on resolution 2020-15. Resolution 2020-16, 4260 from park repair of buildings to park telephone, other contractual service and park refunds.
Will this still include repair of buildings?
So
That's what it's coming
Contractual
out of.
things.
that's what it's coming out of, but I guess that your contractual services, well, no, that doesn't really include your buildings, repair of buildings.
That's like when we contract something to an outside vendor. So that can be anything from who we buy our paper towel from to the guy that builds a shelter. It's a other contractor.
And I would assume the park refunds went up just because of the fact of all the COVID issues, returning basketball
We have lost
money.
so much business.
Yes, just because we start them, get them going. Next thing you know, the state says shut them down, and then everybody gets their refunds. So I'm sure that was depleted early and quickly.
But Scott, are we doing any kind of prorated refunds, or are we just refunding?
We're just refunding.
Yeah,
Just refunding, okay,
most of them didn't hardly get started before they got
Okay.
shut down.
okay.
Maybe they would have played one game,
Oh, you mean for sports?
any of
Yeah.
them, yeah.
Oh, well, what we did for soccer, Dennis might be able to answer this better. No, it was for girls basketball. When we
Soccer
thought
went
we had to shut down, soccer went fine. Well, fall soccer went fine.
Mm-hmm.
Girls basketball, they played one game, and then the following week we were told we couldn't use the high school gym. Then we were, anyway, long story short, when we thought we had to completely cancel it, we were giving a $15 refund because we'd already paid for all the shirts and everyone had
Right,
received
okay.
their shirt.
Right.
So yeah, it's usually if you've started the season, you've got your shirt, you're ready to go, we don't give you that shirt money back. But like with building rentals and all that, those are just straight refunds.
Okay. Hopefully we will not have to deal with that much longer.
I don't know.
Good luck.
We're still at 50 people, so.
All right, all those in favor of 2020-16, say aye, please.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. Resolution 2020-16 is good. All right, and then we have Resolution 2020-17, which is a transfer $4,100 to from park other employees to park unemployment. Okay, I had a problem with this. Park unemployment. You fired anybody? Has anybody been laid off?
No, sir.
Okay, so why are we putting more money in unemployment if we have not done that for somebody to qualify for unemployment?
We have an employee who left the park of their own, they quit. And they are now claiming unemployment against the park. And from what I understand, this person has already been paid the $4,060 some dollars. I myself don't quite understand exactly why that's what needs to happen.
In this person's reason for quitting, was there anything that stated it was a hazardous work environment?
No,
Was there anything that stated that it was a harassment issue as to why he was quitting?
no.
So he just put in that he's quitting.
He said that he gave me his last day and said that he would be using vacation time for his last 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, my understanding of unemployment and how it's supposed to work is if you quit a job, you do not qualify for unemployment unless it is stated and followed through with harassment issues or hazardous work environment. Okay? So, now, the other part about this, since he did apply for unemployment, did you get a letter stating that?
No.
Okay. My other question for you then is if had you gotten a letter, would you have denied it? Would you have done
Absolutely.
something to say, hey, this isn't proper, this is not the right thing? Okay. So you did not get a letter in a timely
No,
manner?
it did not come to me.
Okay, so who handles that?
The clerk's office.
Clerk's office. So they just agreed to it. And now we're at a point where we have to take money out of our budget to pay for something we had no control in. Is that my understanding?
I'd say that's fair.
All right.
why would, unemployment right now has been a disaster
Mm-hmm.
to begin with all the COVID stuff and the things that are moving in and out of the state and the federal and all that good kind of stuff. But I would have thought that at least the board, at least Catherine would have been notified of this if she was a direct supervisor of this person.
Right. That should have been my thought is that should have been the first step.
I was notified, my understanding is that I was notified after the first letter was received. Then when I started bringing similar questions as Scott's questions, like a week later, I was told that because of the potential of having to pay additional fees on the claim, that the claim had been already paid. So that's why the transfer is necessary, is because now unemployment is negative in that amount and the line item has to be brought up at least to zero. So I would suggest some type of further conversation, I guess, because I feel like I've asked and I don't myself understand why, and I think my concern and Scott's concern too is the precedence this could set. That's pretty scary that anybody can just leave.
And file unemployment.
Like, I could quit tomorrow and just say I'm tired of it and go collect unemployment. I don't think that makes any sense.
Right.
So I just feel like, it's...
Could this be a question for the city attorney?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think I need
Because
to talk to them.
if this unemployment, if it's discovered that this unemployment in fact should not have been paid, then the person that got the money is going to be required to return that money in some manner.
Well,
And this can continue as well,
Right.
as my understanding. This person
that's my
has
concern.
can continue to claim up to a certain number of weeks. So
Right.
that number will actually be more like $8,000.
and my concern is okay, so we dip into the budget for this year, which takes away from a lot of other places. Okay, that's a significant amount.
Yeah.
And then we do it again at the beginning of next year. Okay, I wouldn't have a problem with this if the rules were followed. Okay.
Right.
As a business owner, somebody quits on me and files unemployment, the first thing I do is make a phone call. Okay, because that affects me. My rate will go up on unemployment insurance. So that's why this bothers me. They're trying to fix their end after the fact, when they should have informed her and let Catherine know what was going on. And now they want to ding our budget for the situation. So
Yeah, I thought if you quit, it's on you.
that's right. I did look
That's
up the
what I
rules
thought.
for unemployment to find out and make sure. That's why I asked about the harassment and the hazardous work environment. That is the only way if you quit, but it has to be documented that there was harassment and that there was a hazardous work environment. So there's nothing,
If that was claimed, I was not told it was.
right. And he worked there the whole time that you were there.
Oh, yeah.
So he had no harassment issues or
Not that I'm aware of.
that he brought to your attention anyway. Okay.
I would be really interested to see his petition, and
Mhm.
usually you have to state reasons, et cetera, and see why that was approved, because that just,
That makes no sense.
no, it doesn't make, and I realize that the unemployment situation right now, to get unemployment, COVID and all this stuff is an incredibly, it's a minefield for a lot of people that have legitimately lost their jobs.
Right.
And this would seem to taint that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, because we do have people out there that are struggling and trying to get unemployment, but yet, and our country is willing to help them,
Right.
but my thing is we need to make sure that the money's going to the people who need it and deserve it.
Well, I think it's gotta be something that the city attorney looks into and
Okay,
follow the money backwards.
I agree. I think at this point in time, we'll put it up for a vote, but I'll tell you right now, my vote is no.
Well, I just want to ask Catherine if that, I mean, when you close out January books or whatever, you can't have a zero in your line item, is that correct? Or, so if we don't put the $4,100 in,
I don't know what kind of issue that will cause if that line
that's
item's
what,
in
yeah, that's what
there.
I'm asking. If,
But I don't know how else to force the issue either.
Because if we agree to put the money in, basically, from a legal point of view, we're saying, okay, this is a legitimate claim. And it's not, and it's our view that it is not a legitimate claim.
Correct. I think that's what we have to bring to the table.
There's
to
got to
them.
be a better process. This is my second time, and I've only been here a year and a half. My second employee that has claimed unemployment, and the second time I have not been told until after the fact. Now, the first time it was eventually denied and stopped, but there's got to be a better process to this.
Does it go to the Board of Works? My question is who,
I don't know. I don't
you know, who would, if you were the direct supervisor, that would make sense that it would go to you, although what you do is contingent, a lot of what we do is contingent on what the Board of Works allows us to do. And I find it difficult if somebody on the Board of Works were notified of that they wouldn't have mentioned it too, because it is a substantial amount and everybody's budgets are.
Very tight.
Right, well, and the difference between the park and the other departments is that my claims come through this board. The other departments, their claims go through the Board of Works. Now, if we were to enter into a contract or something like that, or change an ordinance, that's when I have to go to the Board of Works, because they have control of that, not this board. But my claims never go through the Board of Works, they go through this board.
I see.
Outside of like the
Right.
general budget, when they
Right.
approve all
Yes.
that.
Talk to the city attorney.
Well, I think not only, maybe not the city attorney to start with, but I think we need to get what the process is at the city office, the clerk's office. Why it went through that easily without notification to the Parks Department.
If it's coming out of our budget,
If it's-
then we ought
right.
to know what.
If we've got to spend the money, we need to know that it's going to happen. So that's why I say I'm not real comfortable with this movement.
But would there be any point
yeah,
that Jeff brought up, if you've got a line
Negative
item
line item.
and that's negative,
Yeah,
that,
but the city already paid it, okay? They're asking for reimbursement at this point in time. So to me, that's on them,
yeah,
okay? That's the way I see it.
okay, so basically what we're saying is that you paid it, you shouldn't have, it's on you.
That's kind of the way I feel about it. Right or wrong at this point in
No,
time.
right or
That's
but-
why Scott's gonna set these meetings up and spearhead this discussion further.
Because my thing is with everything that's going on, with everything unemployment wise, and you've got to watch your P's and Q's on those things.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm concerned that they didn't. They
And
just
we
let
have
it
to be
go.
ready too, if we do have another
Correct.
COVID shutdown, and I do get legitimate unemployment. I don't want it to be muddied, you know, I don't want it to be.
You know, some of the COVID unemployment are very obvious. If you are
Sure.
working in something and they shut it down because
Mhm.
it's not considered a necessary,
Yep, and that's us.
Yes.
yeah.
We are non-essential.
But that's not what happened.
That's right.
I'm,
That's why I asked the question,
yep,
if it was a layoff. So,
no.
Okay.
so yeah, at this time, I don't think we should agree to this resolution.
I don't either.
I think we need to wait, and I'll have to call
We
it
need,
out.
we
You need
need
to-
more guidance before
Yes.
we approve paying this huge sum of money.
And like Scott said, if this is legally correct and above board and what had to be done, then I just want to understand why.
Right.
And I want to know, how does that stop Carrie from walking out tomorrow and continuing to collect her salary?
Yes, that hurts everybody.
Oh, immensely. It's hard enough to pay people what they're worth,
Right.
minus paying somebody who quit. So,
Just because they quit.
but you have to vote though.
Yes.
Yeah. Still need to vote on it, so, I know it makes everybody a little uncomfortable, but, yes, go ahead.
What direction should we take to ameliorate it, to make it so that, we understand what the conditions are from now on and
Well, I think what I will do is after tonight, tomorrow I'll start reaching out to the clerk's office,
Oh, okay.
okay, to find out the process, how it works, and what are the legal
Yeah.
issues associated with
You
each
said that
one.
before, yeah.
Yeah, so that way I can bring it back to you guys, so that way we all on the same page. And if I can't get those answers at the clerk's office, just move to the next step, which would be the, what's his name? Jeff. Talking to Jeff about it and finding out from him, because I would think that the clerk's office should have all that information that I need to understand this and why. Okay, because they're the ones that are dealing with it. I have to understand it in my business. So, I think that's our first step. Everybody agree?
What's the proper procedure? Do we just table the,
We have to vote yea or nay on
Yeah.
this.
okay.
So, yeah, I know, like I said, it's gonna be an uncomfortable vote, but we have to do the right thing.
We don't have enough information.
We don't have enough
Make a
information,
good decision.
and from what we understand, things didn't
The
click down the
procedure-
way they're supposed to.
The procedures simply weren't followed.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. Okay? All right. Ready to take a vote on it?
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor of Resolution 2020-17 say aye. All those opposed?
No.
No. Okay. Resolution does not pass at this time. Okay, I'll get back to you guys in the next meeting on all this stuff, and if I get anything in between, I'll let you know. Okay?
Just really curious. This is.
9-2. Okay.
Is there anything, there may be in a contract of some sort that, the employees sign when you get hired, when you understand what the
Yeah.
rules are? You gotta,
Yeah, I don't know. I would think it would be said immediately once it was questioned, that, well, it's in their contract, but nothing like that has been said to you,
There's
correct?
nothing in the union contract about that.
Okay. All
I
right.
would still like to know what happened, even though this is my last meeting.
Sure.
We'll keep you informed.
Okay, I'll get a hold of the clerk's office and we'll move forward with that next meeting. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't mess your books up too much with the non-zero line item. Okay.
I don't have to keep the books, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, next thing on our agenda, hear from Dennis on the sports side of things.
All righty, well, we're getting ready to start up the youth boys basketball program, which we ended up having 177 kids sign up for.
Wow.
We'll be starting that, the actual league will be starting January the 9th. And we also have a men's league that'll be starting on the 10th, and we ended up getting 8 teams for that.
Good.
Church league basketball, we're down just a few on that, but there are 4 teams in that will be starting on the 11th. And then we also still have upcoming indoor soccer. We've got two more days left for signups, and hopefully we can get on the way with starting that up too.
How many have signed up so far?
The indoor soccer is, it's not looking good right now.
That's not good.
No.
The soccer coach is not
There's like
happy.
Yeah, it's not good.
25, and they're split up. There's 2 divisions of this indoor soccer. It's 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and then 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Okay.
And that's the bad part, is they're pretty much divided equally, so there's not really enough right now to have a league. So
And how long do
hopefully within the
signups
next
go?
couple
Just a
of
couple
days.
more days?
Yep,
Yeah,
got a couple more
30th,
days,
yeah.
the 30th.
The soccer coach is not happy.
It'd be-
Well, I've seen the
Be nice.
advertisements, so they're out there.
Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah.
out there everywhere.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just-
Yeah, it is Christmas, and hopefully maybe right after we get a
When did
little
those
push.
games start for indoor?
Indoor, we can start them anytime.
Anytime?
Yeah, it always starts in January.
Well, hopefully we get a few more signups.
Exactly.
All right, got anything else, Dennis?
That'll be it.
Thanks, Dennis.
All right, move on to our superintendent report.
Well, if you guys have not been to the Miller Building lately, you really need to come over because it's amazing. We have new floors, pretty much everywhere except the gym. Everything is new. We've painted. This is kind of the work list too, a little bit, but we've painted almost every room. It just looks fantastic.
It does.
So
This had probably been done since the building was built.
well, I know the banquet hall was done when Jess was here. But as far as like the stairs and that goes, I don't believe so. I think it's been since 2000, early 2000. So it looks really good. We feel a little fancy now when we come to work. Thanks to help from the street department, barns 3 and 4 are down. Again, I think it looks amazing just because they were so pretty. And it's open and we have some debris to clean up, but we will get that taken care of.
Quick question, did our
Sure.
new renter get moved in?
She did. We have 2 new ones, don't
Two?
we? We have 2 new
Yeah, that's right,
renters.
2.
So
Okay, good.
yeah, we are chugging along. Yeah, and then we had one renter pass away.
Yep, I saw that.
We have one.
2 had a heart attack.
2 had heart attacks. So
What do you guys do that's
we've
really
been
fun there?
struggling. I don't know. It's been a hard year on the park staff. Like family members and our park family. It's been a rough year. Chad Friend from Friendly Construction was out a couple weeks ago. They are going to be getting started on the shelter for the Lions Club. They got it flagged out there. If you want to go see where approximately it's going to be, it's flagged. So I'm hoping to see that crew after the first of the year. Craig Risch and Risch Constructions finished the shelter at Frazee. It looks great. I think we're gonna do some things with that playground this year and clean that area up and just kind of give that park a little bit more attention. But the shelter looks really nice. Another facility, Babe Ruth today. We're getting so many people dumping trash down there. Both the gates are now locked. We did have Charles Street open, but we locked that gate today. Dennis and I cleaned some things. A refrigerator. Like, who does that? Like, a refrigerator and a chair and a dresser and what was the other thing? There was another big thing. I can't
Just
remember.
like a big shelving.
No, it was actually a chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't a couch down there.
Yeah.
It's like a great big shelf.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's cleaned up. The gates are locked. Nobody truly needs to be down there right now anyway. So, programming wise, we will be starting our 30-day challenge with BAM Fitness. Now that has gone out to the schools, and Anisha's doing a great job of promoting that. We're trying to share her promotions on our Facebook, so that will be at the park. When is it? Wednesdays in
Mondays
January?
and Wednesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays.
Oh, Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Fridays it'll be at BAM. So we hope they get a lot of participation. And they're doing everything that they said. I mean, our logo's on the flyer and they're sharing it with us, so it's going well. Tomorrow is the last day of the Read Free Fitness. So I hope we can pick that back up when it gets warm outside and do some more of that. And then staff-wise, we have a transfer. Mike Alcorn will be joining the park on Monday the 4th. He's coming from the street department garage. So he is transferring over into maintenance, so he will be our third full-time maintenance person. When he gets started, I'll be able to fill Bracky Bird's position too. So we'll be back up to full capacity
Good.
and fairly quickly.
That gonna be is Bracky's gonna be a part-time?
Yes, it's part-time, but it's 4 days a week, so it kind of feels like full-time, I guess.
I was gonna say Bracky's never going to retire.
Oh, he did. He left the park. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know what he's doing now, but, yeah. Unless you guys had any other questions, that's kind of...
What about Second Street?
I can't remember who I tell what, I guess. So, for Second Street, we got a preliminary engineering bid from REA, which is a landscape architect firm out of Indy. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're out of Indy, but they are affiliated. They're all Purdue alumnus. So, we got this proposal, and it was 20-some thousand, I think, was it?
26, maybe?
26,000. So the park received a grant from UEA, which is Urban Enterprise. We got, it was 14 or 15,000 from UEA. Discover Connorsville gave 2,500. And then REA came down on their proposal when I kind of said, we really want to do it, but I don't have enough money. So they came down a little bit more. So they are working right now doing, they're getting survey work started right now. So Second Street, we'll be moving ahead pretty soon, and then that committee will regroup in January to talk about a fundraising plan for the year. So that's exciting too. I feel like I can't remember which groups I've told which things, but and then at River's Edge, Pros Consulting, they finished all the focus groups. They finished the individual interviews. We did a Survey Monkey on our Facebook. We got about 150 people that responded to that, which I sent over to Austin this morning. So what he's working on now is he is analyzing the potential for tournament capacity here. So he's analyzing basically the market, the tournament market, in relation to who would travel to Connorsville. Because what he's really trying to figure out right now is how many fields make sense, and what other amenities make sense. So I'm really excited about that. I think I sent you his preliminary report. So yeah, everything's just kind of behind the scenes a little bit, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So
Just one of the important things about Second Street and on is that in Discover Connorsville, we're talking about what do people do when they come to Connorsville? Why would they come? And of course the trains and that sort of thing, not recreation. But then they always want somebody to have someplace else to go, and the close resources are the park, the museum, places that people could walk over. And we don't have we have fast food close by, but we don't have really any attractions on Main Street that somebody want to walk over and see, except for the facades and the town. So that's one of the things that's good about the park, is something that's close by. You can go over, sit down with the kids, do something there, and that's really a valuable asset that we can add to the city. I think that's really important. And it's actually the same thing with the swimming pool. That could be an attraction too, but then you gotta go drive up to the park. You can go to the pool. So, but the Second Street Park, and like I said, the museum, and then other things that might develop in that neighborhood would be really good. And I think as soon as we have the park facilities there, and we have people coming in, and I think that'll sort of develop. So it won't develop itself. we need to show that we do have other resources and that people have a place to go.
It'd be very visible too because of the train going by there.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the thing developing trails and down Smalley's and
Right, actually, you got that report back from Smalley's too as well.
Sent that to you guys.
Yes. Yeah, the Smalley's Lake one, yeah. Very interesting, actually, what they found, so. Okay, anything else, Catherine? Okay, very good. Well, we'll move on to old business, basically, the work list, pretty much
Yeah, the
summed it
guys
up in the
have
report.
mostly been working in the Miller building and doing Christmas lights, so. And we never found Rudolph.
Never did.
Aww.
They ever get the presents back under the tree in downtown?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not that I
I
heard.
thought somebody said they thought they blew away.
Oh, I don't know.
that could
Rudolph
be.
didn't.
No.
Yeah.
No, that thing was heavy.
He walked.
I guess we have no cameras pointing that way.
No, we don't. We
We'll
don't.
just have to paint another one.
Yeah, maybe that's what you can do, ex officio.
I can't cut it out, but we can paint it.
Well, they could cut it out for you.
There you go.
It's unfortunate you have to redo stuff. Feels like you're always backtracking.
Somewhere, always. Okay, anybody have anything else to add to old business? Okay, miscellaneous business. Anything? And then, everybody look over claims. We need to, have a motion to accept. I was looking at the appropriations detail history.
You spent a lot of money.
They did, but the one that I have a problem with relates back to our unemployment. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development, that check, but then who they say it goes to.
And I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, so it's second page.
I had a couple that picked up their packets early, so they didn't get those copies. I
Okay,
believe there's one.
I think I got one.
you see that?
I mean,
Indiana Workforce Development is the unemployment, but
Yeah, I
the
didn't get
description,
that.
It's on page 2.
yeah, but your description states that
Sherry,
it was
that
the
wasn't in
police.
my packet.
And that's
They
the,
got it right after this. Let me show you real quick and then.
Sharon's right here.
why?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
says,
don't know.
it says police,
Neither do I.
I don't know. The Indiana Department of Workforce Development. $4,028, that was what Scott was talking about.
But if it's police, that's not us.
Yeah, and that's not Indiana Department of Workforce Development either,
no.
okay? So,
I think that's another question for the
Yep.
meeting.
I do too, okay?
Is this really coming out of our, should it really be coming out of our account at all?
And that's my question. Do we have to accept claims this time? When we do because of payroll?
You got
But just tell them we have,
My understanding is that check is already gone.
Well, that's what I figured.
Yeah,
It's,
so-
it's just
but
a matter
it
of
says
negative.
police, it doesn't even say.
And I don't know why it says that.
Right,
I
but-
don't.
I'd want to know that.
But yeah, the money's already gone. We kind of figured that. But it's a matter of whether or not they can force us to move money around to,
Right, I think it's more about the resolution
Yeah.
than it is the claim.
It is.
Because it's already been paid.
yeah, so I think we should go ahead and accept claims and payroll, get everybody taken care of, okay?
Because if we don't, they don't get paid.
Possibly, yes.
And then I might quit.
Yeah, we don't need that right now.
Okay,
Then we
well,
got a bunch of unemployment
And then-
too.
It's a slippery slope.
I make a motion to accept claims.
Do you have a second?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Got a motion and a second to accept claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, we'll accept claims, including payroll. All right, time for the public forum. Anybody got anything to say? And the crickets chirp.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor to adjourn the meeting?
Aye.
All those opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming tonight.